Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to a run of Rift Wizard 3. Today, I want to show you a Flesh Fiend blood build that I've been messing around with. And I think it's the base for a really strong and fairly simple to execute framework for a really strong build. So the primary thing that we're going to be after is the Mortal Hunter Sigil. For every living unit killed, one of your blood spells regains 1 charge. So we're going to be having a lot of living units dying, which is going to be recharging our blood spells. And it's going to be a really nice loop. That is the current game plan. And yeah, we'll see how we manage. I need to make sure that I deal with this Scuttler spawner right away, because these dudes are a pain in the butt otherwise. We do get a bunch of natural regeneration, which I'm going to take a bunch of. And we're also going to take early Annihilate, because I think Annihilate is just really handy for dealing with these Scuttlers. And yeah, these guys are doing some pretty nasty damage to me, so we're going to work on them. There we go. Try to kill as many of those as we can. Lots and lots of Mantises. Definitely a bit of an awkward spawn that I chose, but I'm hopeful we'll be okay. Let's blow that up. That's done with. And, okay. We're actually still in pretty rough shape. I'm gonna go ahead and spend another SP just on Dragonclaw, because it's gonna deal with these enemies very consistently. And it's quite possible I could have dealt with these without Dragonclaw, but we can always like dump it later. And it's one of those things where you know, sometimes you can have a bit of a rough early game, and it helps to just kind of invest in stuff to make things easier. We can't really get the build online until we get 80 health anyway, so that's what we're aiming for. And we've got our Frozen Heart here, which is going to give us the last piece of the puzzle. And yeah, we're going to see how we do. This guy's 100% ice resist, and resistant to a lot of the shenanigans we do, which is kind of rough. This is the highest priority target right here. And this would deal with the one tree immediately. I'm just trying to think of like the best spot to stand. I think we're going to stand right here, and we're going to annihilate this mushroom, because that's going to be a problem. And then we will start to deal with these guys. There we go. So we've got a nice boom that happened there. And go ahead and blow all that up. Okay. And now we're in pretty good shape. We're going to blow up a little bit here, but that's okay. Just going to get our life drain going. And get rid of those. And beautiful. Okay. So that was a pretty nice way of going about it. Now, we need Flesh Fiend. So Flesh Fiend costs 80 health. We're now up to 100, thanks to the early HPs we've been picking up. This is definitely a build that relies pretty heavily on getting that early HP. And we've got 1 SP left. We want to get enough for Devour Flesh. So Devour Flesh costs 3 SP. We're going to have 1 more tough level here, and then hopefully things will start to go a lot smoother. There's another NB. We're going to need more Bs, that's for certain. B is kind of a really, really important one for us. And look at that, there's some conjuration damage for us as well. That's pretty nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn next to the Ruby Heart, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the radius. You can see we're out of the radius. And I'm going to spawn a guy, and then I'm going to immediately grab the HP. And that's going to allow me to kind of work around that low health limitation. And hopefully our Flesh Fiend will get the job done here for us. I won't have to worry about anything too crazy. Obviously Annihilate is super helpful for that as well. And yeah, we're just gonna keep popping baddies until we don't have too much to worry about, I guess. I'm pretty confident that I can put down another Flesh Fiend. And what I can do for now, while I don't have the resources... these guys are 100% dark resist, so I can't steal life from them with life drain, unfortunately. But we do have some life steal here, so, or some regeneration here. We can just kind of hang out behind our big boys, and they will go ahead and do all the flesh fiend type things where they run around and be giant walls and be a problem for my enemies. All right, yeah, we've got our early Immortal Hunter. It's not super necessary to have it this early, but the earlier you can have it, the nicer it is, because it's going to allow you to scale up very smoothly. And I actually don't want to make it just yet because I don't want to waste a bunch of extra blood on it for the time being, so we're going to go ahead and wait. And yeah, we're going to get our next most important spell, which is Devour Flesh. And Devour Flesh is really good on its own because it allows you to devour a living unit and heal yourself for its current HP. It's got no charges, so you can use it as many times as you want, which is really nice. And yeah, Flesh Fiend is a blood spell, so as long as these are the only 2 blood spells that we're casting, the Flesh Fiend is going to be giving recharges constantly. Now, that's all well and good, but that's a lot of HP that we're sacrificing just to heal back up to full. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take Controlled Appetite right away, which is a mere single point SP cost, which is an incredible deal, where instead of killing the target, you just steal as much HP as you need, leaving the target at least 1 HP. So really, really nice addition to the build. And yeah, let's go ahead and get doing the thing. We got some free spells over here. Slimify is kind of cool, but it's also 2 Zeds. What kind of stuff can we do with a couple of Zeds? It's good to keep an eye out for that sort of thing. So we've got Oozing Scale Armor, which will give me 50% resist and spawn a slime of a matching type when you take damage from an enemy. If there's no slime type that matches, spawn a random slime. That would work for some defense. We've also got Summon a Blood Slime for every 10 HP you spend. So we can get a lot of blood slimes out, which could be kind of interesting. Could be a decent route. Let's go ahead and give it a try. There's a lot of different ways to go about building this setup, and I think a free Slimify is pretty awesome. Okay, so we've got Skull Hornet Nest here. Skull Hornet Nest is easily one of the most dangerous things you can counter early. You can lose a lot of HP, and things will go very, very bad for you if you're not careful. So we need to make sure our Flesh Fiends are doing physical damage and not dark, and that's exactly what they're doing. So we need to make sure that we have, like, a very strong surround of units defending us. Otherwise, we're going to have a real bad time. Each turn, deal 2 ice or dark... ice, dark, lightning damage to enemies within 6 tiles. Release 3 evil spirits and destroy them. We're going to take a tiny bit of damage starting here, but we're going to have some summons to start off with, which is really nice. We're going to go ahead and open up with a Flesh Fiend. We're going to snack on him a little bit. We're going to do another one. We'll just take a little bite. So we're chopping off chunks of flesh. We're serving back up. And yeah, we just want to be in this nice, secure location to start. And let's go ahead and see if we can make this now. Because, yeah, before we didn't want to waste our resources. What was the Z item that we want? It looks like we only need 1 Z. We need a BZ. So we could make that now, or we could make it later. But let's go ahead and make sure that we save a B and a Z. So there's a Z over there. So that'll be fine. And yeah, we can go ahead and make this now. So we're gonna use the DMZ. We're gonna use the double NB because that fits perfectly. And then we can do a KR and an S. I think that there's a lot of dark overlap with blood, just naturally, with the way the two have been tangled over the years and eventually separated. Because that's just kind of how it worked. There originally wasn't blood, it was just dark. And then eventually it became 2 things in modern day. But yeah, that's that whole thing. We're gonna see if we can't find some nice cross synergy type stuff to go with. You can see some living enemies have died, and now I get to spawn even more Flesh Fiends. We're gonna take a bite out of our Flesh Fiend, keep ourselves on full HP. And yeah, this is kind of how the build plays. You want to hunker down and have like a strong defensive position. and allow the big bodies of your flesh fiends to kind of do all of the heavy lifting. The big concern is that you're pretty low health, and that is where the Pulse Accelerator is going to come into play. When you cast a blood spell, it grants you 2 turns of Quick Step and Quick Cast on all other spells. So we're going to be moving toward that, so that way, eventually I will be able to summon and heal on the same turn, which is going to be significantly safer than what we're currently having to do. Thankfully, no one on the floor deals super significant damage. This guy just has a 6 damage bolt, so it's, you know, not that big of a deal. And he will perish eventually. In fact, I can just annihilate him. That simplifies things down. And yeah, we're just gonna keep making space with our flesh fiends. And yeah, they're gonna do fantastic work for me because they are just significantly larger than all the enemies that we're facing. So yeah, they kind of just kind of overpower everything else. Another thing to note, if you haven't already seen it, my flesh fiends are healing. So even though I'm stealing some of their life to heal, they heal that back because they've got a natural 21 HP regen, which is absolutely incredible. It is very, very helpful for them keeping upright, and yeah, it's really nice. We've got quite a lot of summons on the floor now, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this nest and get the big bad out. The Skull Hornet Queen is an absolute menace, and a very scary one at that. And we got a bunch of these Skull Hornets coming out. But the important thing is that they can't get close to me, so, like, what are they gonna do? They can't do a dang thing to me. But yeah, we're just gonna continue annihilating, and she should have, like, a second wave of summons, but it looks like we already activated her first summon wave, and maybe she didn't. Maybe she already did the 2 waves. And we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, these extra slimes, they're doing some nice work, just kind of blocking things up for me, which I certainly don't mind. There's definitely something to be said for having the entire screen stacked with your own units. It's quite good. But yeah, once you're feeling secure, you don't really, like, this isn't going to be a turn-efficient build. That's something that I should know. This is a relatively, this is an efficient build in terms of you will never run out of resources, which is awesome. Super cool that you can just have, like, unlimited resources and play it out that way. But, yeah, it's not turn efficient. It's gonna take a while for all of your guys to murder everyone. Every once in a while, there's gonna be someone who they can't damage, and that's where Annihilate will come in. We're gonna take Slimify, because I do have some inclination of slime cross-synergy that we can do. And speaking of slime cross-synergy, let's go ahead and get our blood slimes. I think that'll be really cool. We'll go ahead and we want to wait for more efficiency if we can. That'd be awesome. We got more free spells. Free spells are awesome, but I don't really see any of those being terribly helpful for us. We're gonna go ahead and give those a miss for the time being. What else do we have? Wow, look at all these free spells that they're trying to give me. I've already got visions. I don't think you should pass up free spells if you've got the opportunity. Like, Blood Shift is quite good, but I don't think I need such things. Darkness would be okay, but once again, don't really feel the need. We could get a Cleric. A Cleric would be excellent. Just a really nice support unit for the kind of creatures that we're cultivating. I think that that's worthwhile. Now, we do have Fountain of Venom, which makes things very difficult. Poison is actually one of the hard counters for this build, and I do have a counter for it that we're going to work in, but we're a ways away from it for now. So we need to... I mean, the Cleric... So the Cleric is going to... let's see. Ranger, Bear, Cleric. Here we go. The cleric has the ability to allies in line of sight lose all debuffs, gain 3 shield, and are healed for 100 HP. So that's really good, but like it's not going to be enough to keep me from dying. So as much as I would love to have a cleric in the build, and that would be really helpful, I don't think we can really afford to go for a cleric here. We know we want Star, or Slime Crusted's Scarificator. That's quite the name. Quite the name indeed. But I don't think that's the answer. I think we were going to go for the individual L. There's also the E there. Yeah, I mean, either one seems pretty good. Louis is a pain in the butt. This map is pretty well covered. We do have a starting spot here if we want to go this way. I think we will. I think we'll start off here and we'll see how it goes. Spawn in a dude. Spawn in another dude. Just keep spawning them in. Gonna have to approach. And they're spawning stuff on me here, which is not ideal. We're silenced. Hey, what's up? Yep. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Michaela's making the area comfy for the cats because it's super hot in here, but we got a fan going, so that'll help. A nice little cold bed. But yeah, you can see we've got our Flesh Fiends out. Flesh Fiends are not terribly likely to die on their own, so we don't really have to worry too much about that. And there's lots of random living enemies. It turns out that living is very common, so it's very good. Even if your Flesh Fiends aren't necessarily dying, which they won't be for quite some time on average. So that's nice. We're just gonna try to move forward here a little bit and just start punching down some of these priority targets, because our dudes are going to struggle with it a little bit. There we go. Just because we're getting funneled a little bit is causing a little bit of pain, but yeah, we gotta keep an eye out for spots where we can infiltrate their line, and Mischief Maker is going to be an absolute nuisance, I'm sure, but we'll work on it. And we'll spawn another guy there. Continue to devour flesh. Yummy, delicious flesh. And those. And now we're starting to really take over here. Let's see if we can't get some damage going on you. So he is susceptible to Life Drain, which is really nice. As well as... Oh, we're getting stuck here. We're going to use a Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw coming in handy here. Getting a little bit bullied. We can just snack out of take a chomp out of our guy, and we're gonna get a little bit of distance. And Mischief Maker is pretty much the last guy left on the map. He's gonna be a little bit of a nuisance, but you know, it's in the name. it's in the name. He's gonna be annoying. He's gonna be an annoying guy. Eventually he will go down. He doesn't really have too much of a chance against my Flesh Fiend army. All he can do is prolong the inevitable. And, oh, damn, for a second I thought I had a good moment to hit him. Oh! Almost. Oh! There we go. Get a couple hits in. Beautiful. Annihilate coming in very handy there. And, yeah, we need our L, we need our T, but we also want some more Bs, because those are going to help long term. Some pretty dangerous enemies there, but I am very tempted by the health fragment. We can increase the minion health even further, as well as acquire an extra max charge, get some range on our blood spells. That's really helpful for a lot of this stuff. Let's see if we can get our Slime Scarificator without costing too much. No, we can't. But we will be able to if we get this B, which is in a little bit of an annoying spot. But let's take a look at this. Yeah, this relocator beacon will bring everything to me. And, yeah, that includes the heart fragment. So as soon as we get that, we'll be good to go. Go ahead and commence the flesh fiending of our time. There we go. Could be a matter of time. There we go. So I think we have the thing that we need now. KYZ plus the B. And now we can start summoning in lots of slimes. And we're going to go for slime cantromancy. When slime allies are summoned, they cast a random cantrip you know that they share a tag with. So we're going to be summoning a bunch of blood slimes with slime-crusted scarificator, and that means they'll be able to cast my life drain, and I can scale them up with that. And yeah, this is just like an off-the-top-of-the-dome type of play. I actually haven't tried this before. But, you know, there's so many different ways to go about playing this game and, like, creating builds that it's really good to just, like, try various things. And look at that. We've got 8 SP, so we're going to be able to get our next big upgrade very shortly. We're going to have to wait for some of this stuff to clear out. The fear is really annoying as far as debuffs go, but it could be significantly worse. One thing I'm noticing is that my summons are actually summoning pretty far away from me, so we're going to have to be a little bit wary of that, I believe, as we progress in this line. And this Void Elder, obviously the fear coming out is causing ample issue, but hopefully things will work out just fine. That is what I'm banking on. You can see the angle this guy's attacking from. I'd go down to 1 HP if I sacrificed my HP here for Flesh Fiend. And I am not willing to do that. We're just gonna hang out for a little bit. And hopefully get some good progress going with all these blood slimes. And the Flesh Fiends on the map. And let's just start poking away at this Mischief Maker. Okay, well, we've been teleported over here. That works for me. It just means that I can get a nice, juicy little heal. And, yeah, as long as we've got a Flesh Fiend next to us, we are in great shape. At some point, because of the amount of units we're summoning, I think it would be wise to acquire potentially Amalgamate Slime, as well as Aether Blink. Aether Swap with Blink would hit the spot. That would allow me to move around significantly more freely. And, yeah, I would like that a lot. We're getting so many of these annoying little guys. The hope is eventually I will have a significant way to handle them with a relative ease. But, yeah, right now my job is simply to spam as many units as I can, and we are definitely slowly starting to overwhelm our enemies, because our resources are infinite. I mean, technically the enemy's resources are infinite as well, but Flesh Fiend is an incredible ball of stats that you should not have for free, to be honest, and this build essentially makes it free. So that's kind of awesome. We kind of sucked all the juice we can out of this Flesh Fiend for the most part, so I think we're just gonna chill for a little bit and let him heal up. And you know what? This is a summon build. Summon builds, we can go on to turbo. I think that's a reasonable play. Eventually we can even turn it up to X turbo when we're certain of a victory. And based on the way things are going, I think we can pretty cleanly go to X turbo. So we're gonna go one spacebar at a time, that way we can just keep track of things. You can see that these gnomes are causing problems for my guys. They're not able to make as much progress as they'd like. So we're gonna bring a little bit, or go a little bit closer, and we're gonna start breaking the front line with some more spawns, which is going to make it significantly harder for them to continue to hold us off. If we can turn every floor, or every open space into a unit that's trying to kill the enemy, that's all we really need. Couldn't ask for much more than that. And, yeah, it's looking pretty good. There's lots of other synergies that go well with this setup, by the way, not just blood slimes. In the past, I've done Pain Mirror, and I think that that's really exceptional. Vampiric Gaze would work wonderfully. We're getting offered it for free right now. It seems like a pretty tempting offer, to be honest. Anything that can get you free SP is very nice. We do have to deal with Fountain of Venom. So that means we need to ask ourselves if there's a way I can get 100% poison resistance. So let's take a look at these guys. These guys have 100% poison resistance, but I can't eat them. They're blood and slime. Okay, so I don't think that there's a good way I can get 100% poison resistance. Get over here. I'm trying to eat you. Get over here. Stop it. Stop. Oh, he's gone. Okay, well, no snacks for me. But we do have Lumbriogenesis. Lumbriogenesis has Toxigenesis, and that's a 6-cost SP combo. And Resistance Absorption is what we want to go into. Gain resistance to the target's most resisted damage type equal to their resistance. So last until the end of the level. So you can get 100% resistance to poison with that combo. And yeah, it'll be really good. But we're a little bit of a ways away from that for now. So I think we're going to go Wormlord so that way we can start spawning the Lumbriogenesis. That's like step 1 toward our build success. And we'll go from there, I suppose. So yeah, as much as I'd like to get Vampiric Gaze for free, it's too risky with the Fountain of Venom. So we're going to go out of our way to avoid that. There's a couple A's. There's a C. A C would be pretty nice. This gets me the L that I want, and it gets me Flame Blade Fragment, which is oh so juicy. I do love a Flame Blade Fragment. I think that in the interest of safety with the Pulse Accelerator, I'm going to go here. Pulse Accelerator is just going to take this run from, you know, being like low health and in danger a percentage of the time to being full health and never in danger pretty much all of the time. And I know which one of those I prefer. That's a no-brainer for me. So let's go ahead and turn off X-Turbo. X-Turbo is for when you've got things under control. And very clearly, I do not have things under control for now. We're on 20 health, which is pretty scary. We got our Lumbriogenesis. What's the maximum damage reach here? So that's 2, that's 2, that's 2, that's 2. So 2, 6, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You have range? You're melee. Okay. So I should be able to walk here and be safe. Okay. Good. And we'll go ahead and do a little munch. So yeah, one thing that I haven't experienced with this build is the way the blood slimes move my units. So that's going to be like probably the biggest risk of this setup. But I'm sure that we can find some good ways to like mitigate the issue. And obviously we're going to make it so the slimes are really, really high value, and we'll make them worth our while. So that way we're not, like, risking our necks for nothing. But yeah, Worm Shamblers, really good. Look at that damage output. Very, very nice. Super powerful unit. And yeah, we've got all our stuff done here, so that's nice. And yeah, we've got like a couple different like lines that this build can take, and I'm really excited to see how it starts to scale up. I'm gonna go ahead and go back here to hang out with our guy, so that way I can start consuming some more. And I see this on the ground here. You can press O to highlight all of the items and rifts, and something that I don't do often enough, but is very handy when I remember to do it. We're gonna keep the M around, because the M has a lot of potential for shenanigans, and yeah, that's a perfect thing right there. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at some items, and see what kind of things that we might want in our near future. So, I think the Slime Birth Cantromancy is absolute tippy-top importance. That is huge value, and Other than that, I think I want... There's a particular item that I have in mind that I think will be potentially very strong, and that is Pyrrhic Sensor, which is a fire nature item. Pyrrhic Sensor, when allies are summoned, a burst of flames is released at that location. Adjacent enemies take fire damage equal to half the summoned ally's max HP. So I think we can do lots of cool shenanigans with that. And I'd like to increase our max HP as well. I also want to go into Bloodstaff, but unfortunately we only have 3 items allowed on the desired list. I couldn't tell you why. I don't really know the reasoning behind it, but I'm sure there's a good reason. But yeah, now whenever we cast a blood spell, we basically just get Quick Step and the ability to keep doing stuff, and yeah, it's really, really strong. I'm gonna go ahead and kill Louis, because he's a jerk, and he deserves to not be alive. He's a mean dude who wants you dead. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that we end on healing every time. It's just a very good habit with half turns. You can end on healing, that is ideal. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. How resistant are these guys? 100% physical resistant, you don't frickin' say. Well, that's gonna make things a little more difficult, isn't it? They have iron plating, so it's going to go away, so we don't have to worry about that. We're gonna go ahead and go X Turbo. There we go, beautiful. Pardon me, oh my goodness. Alright, yeah, that item is locked behind the portal, so we'll do that. And yeah, we got 4 portals to choose from. We really want our Z, and this gives us a C as well. Note that Siren is here. This is the earliest Siren I've ever seen at Realm 8. Siren is one of those enemies that you really have to keep an eye out for. Dominates non-living player enemies and removes Berserk. So they'll basically just steal my units, which is terrifying. Yeah, there's not really a super good counter to that with my setup. As much as I'd love the Z and the C, I think we're gonna have to go somewhere else, because I'm not willing to risk that level of danger. There's a B, and I'm sure we can find something to do with the Voltaic Ash. And do some stuff with fire. That's the thing, is like, just because a tag isn't exactly what's on your desired list, doesn't mean you can't find something useful to do with it. So we've got a really clean spot down in the corner here. I think this is where we're going to set up. And yeah, this would also be an interesting spot, but yeah, I think here is fine. It should work very nicely, and we will commence the spawning of the dudes, and we're going to use our initial turns to get into position to heal using these guys, and we'll go back down to Turbo for now, because we want to make sure that we pay close attention to what's happening. It is important. And you can see here I've got my healing reversed, so yeah, that's a little inconvenient, but we've got like some very good stuff going on, so I'm not too concerned. Go ahead and do one of those. We'll just kind of trail in here for just behind the front line. Try to get some more units and some more strong locations. And yeah, as soon as these units are able to start casting my spells, these blood slimes, I think that we're going to be able to become ridiculously powerful. But for the time being, we are already quite strong, so I'm not terribly concerned with that. I'm hoping that we have enough SP to do all the things that I want, because I'm starting to, like, calculate exactly how many SP we're going to be sinking in here, and it's quite a lot. So we'll see how this ends up going. We're going to do a little bit of damage there, just try to get rid of that guy's shields, and we'll heal up. The really nice thing about Pulse Accelerator compared to every other option for increasing your quick cast is that normally quick cast is limited to a given spell type. So it's like, oh, this one does blood and fire, or this one does enchantment, or stuff like that. The pulse accelerator, once you do a blood spell, you're good. You can cast whatever you want. So I was able to quick cast my my annihilate there for a half turn, which is really nice. And yeah, there's some fire stuff that we want, but more importantly, there is this blood thing that we want, and I should take a look if there's any like blood metal stuff that we want. I do have something that comes to mind. Let me just go into blood. The blood spike helm. When you pay HP, deal that much physical damage to up to 3 enemies in line of sight. Wonderful, glorious damage. And yeah, that fits very well with what we're doing. And is also relatively cheap in the grand scheme of things. We're back down to 1B again, but that is going to be a very, very efficient item for us. So I'm happy to have that. Fanged Amulet could be another way to heal, potentially. Each turn, deal physical damage equal to your blood mastery to an adjacent unit. So we'd basically just be hitting our own units to heal them, or to heal myself. Which could be pretty good. We also have the Lumbriogenesis combo now. So we should get Lumbriogenesis, which is... Oh, we're in the wrong section again. Been a bit of a poor habit of mine. The faster I get in the menus, the more clumsy I get as well. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Toxigenesis, because it gets me the ability to have that poison resist, which is what we're aiming for long term. There's some A's. We know we want 1A. There's a Shrine of Knowledge. We could dump into Knowledge. I don't think it's really that worthwhile with what we're doing. I don't think it's going to help us very much. So I think we're going to go ahead and forgo that. We're already, like, fairly limited on our spell slots, so I think it's just not really worth it. We're going to reroll, because I'm looking for some pretty high priority and high value things, and I'd love to see more of them. There's the UT, so that's a lot of just, like, filler, which is great. HP is kind of, like, at a comfortable spot for me at this point. I don't really need too much more than what I have, but more HP is always nice. And, yeah, Bloodspike Helm is going to be a significant boost in damage, so we can look at, like, eye options, potentially, and go into that, and do all sorts of shenanigans there. And, like, for example, we could go with Raiment of Eyes, and when allies are summoned, grant them your Eye Enchantment spell they share a tag with. Each level, you may grant a number of spells equal to your Eye Mastery. So we don't have any Eye Mastery right now, so it wouldn't be that helpful. But if we get, like, Eye of Blood, then we can hand out... let me take a look. So if we get Eye of Blood, which is a blood spell that deals dark damage, we could get, you know, Eye of Blood also casts Life Drain when it on units shoot, and we could make it so it hits all enemies on a 3-turn cooldown. And we can just start stacking Life Drain like crazy, which is the overall plan with the Slime Birth Cantromancy. So, yeah, that's kind of a thing. Could be good, could be good. This gets me the N and an A. I'm gonna go here. We got some really big enemies that we're gonna have to face off against, which is a little annoying. This guy applies Necrosis, which is our greatest enemy. We don't want to mess with that at all. We don't have any safe spots on the map, but guess what? This guy is really not that big of a threat, and he's the only one actually in the radius of threat. So we're gonna go ahead and summon here, and I think that this will be pretty nice for us. I'm gonna go ahead and kill him right away, and we'll move in and we'll do our heal. Remember that our biggest threat is right at the start when we're not next to a Flesh Fiend. As soon as we're next to a Flesh Fiend, we are quite safe, I would say. We're in good shape. So as long as we can do that, we're kind of set. And we can just kind of keep looping. You can see that the damage is starting to come out of the Spike Helm. Enemies are just dying by me casting my spell. It's just passive bonus damage, essentially. I'm going to start progressing this way, so that way I don't have to worry about any of that. And, yeah, the setup here is starting to snowball pretty heavily in my favor, obviously. Like, look at this. They're just kind of going crazy. And, yeah, Slimify, it's kind of like a long-term plan. I don't know if it's going to come into play, if I'm going to get to the point where I can use it. But, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not, for now, I'm not really terribly concerned with using it or not. Just having it in the rotation is nice enough. And obviously I can heal with the Lumbriogenesis as well, which is nice. Getting close to this guy isn't going to cause too many problems. This guy might, like, shoot through a wall at me or whatever, but I do have a dude right next to me, so I'm not too worried. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep doing that. And yeah, that's a whole lot of dudes. It's a whole lot of dudes that we got here. This is looking very nice. And, yeah, I gotta say, I'm quite pleased with the blood slimes. Even though they're not, like, doing a ton right now, they are filling up the screen, and, that is cool. I do like it when I have many guys. Many guys and many dudes is much good. That said, our damage output is, like, a little bit lackluster. So, that's something that we're gonna work toward. Hopefully we can start to improve our damage output very soon. That said, in terms of, like, sustain and defense, I couldn't be happier. I think this is looking really good. Okay, that guy's, like, max stacked. He's got as many guys on him as he can, so this is an X-Turbo moment. We're gonna hit spacebar, and he's gonna die horribly. There we go. Beautiful. Once again, this isn't about turn efficiency. It's about consistency and survival. There's the Z that I need. That's definitely of interest. There's an S. We don't care about tomes. Tomes are useless to me. There's another Z and another B. We could get a Conjuration tome, but once again, I don't really care that much. Just taking a sip. It's very warm. I apologize. You know what? I don't apologize for drinking. That's silly. It's water. Drink water. You should be drinking water. What are you doing? It's summer, maybe. I don't know. Depends on what time you're watching the video, I guess. Where are we going? This map sucks. There's some scary guys. I don't like most of the spots here. This guy's got Nightmare Aura and Poison. Yeah, I don't want to go there. We're just gonna go here. It's -1, like, tile that I really want, but it is, like, significantly safer. So I'm gonna start off here. We got pretty unlucky with our spawn of our guy. So we're gonna play this pretty slow, I think. I didn't expect my Flesh Fiend to go through the wall there. That does seem to be what's happening mostly. That's okay. We can just... Oh my god. Okay. Little spooky. This could be a moment for a Fey Plate. Fey Plate is my safety blankie. Makes me feel very safe. Don't have to worry about a dang thing when I've got one of these. Let's go ahead and use the M, I guess. There we go. So we lost our one thing. Oh, hey, there's a furnace sound here. Okay. That would be an issue. And definitely is. You do 6 damage. I don't have enough HP to summon another Flesh Fiend. And I could teleport through the wall and heal off of my Shambler. I think I like that option quite a lot. It is expensive, but that's okay. Grab this for now. We're poisoned now. So we're not going to be able to heal. But I can still teleport through the wall and use these guys as cover. So that's nice. And now we have 10 turns of poison that we've got to wait out. So, I guess we'll play it slow and see how it goes. My stuff is going to prevent me from taking any additional damage to poison. But there is some AoE damage poking through. We could Earthen Passage away and start summoning. This is looking very risky. We can't get Purity. Let me take a look at some more items that we can buy. If we could buy, so we can get Earth Troll Armor, which is natural regen. We could get 100% poison resistance right here, but I don't love it, to be honest, because we can get natural poison resistance over the course of a level if we do it right, and we're not far off from that. The question is how greedy I want to be, and the answer is very. I want to be extremely greedy. I think we're going to Earthen Passage up here, Lumbriogenesis, and then yoink some of that juicy HP. We're going to lose a small amount of it, and then we're going to devour flesh from you, and now we have our poison... Oh wait, we don't have our poison immunity yet because we didn't get the devour flesh bonus, right. Okay, well that's fine, because at least we've got some dudes in front of us, which is pretty important at this stage. And we're gonna life drain these flies for no other reason other than to keep things kind of going, I suppose. We want to keep our pulse up, because otherwise things will go bad. But yeah, it's important in moments like this to just take your time and think things through, and that is what I am doing my best to do right now. So we gotta make sure we're hitting T a lot. We gotta make sure that we're looking at what we're facing, and yeah, we'll make it out of this all right, I think. At least I certainly hope. Okay, we can start to eat some more flesh. Yummy, yummy. Let me get some more snackies. And we're getting back to healthy, finally. My guys are splitting. We're getting more of them, which is very good. We didn't get... we did get hit there, but we didn't get got too badly. We've got multiple shield up now, which is really good. You can see down here, our one Flesh Fiend that we summoned has been putting in incredible levels of work, which is wonderful. And this is where everything starts to turn around. We can summon our big boy. And yeah, we're just gonna keep snacking on these guys here as much as we can. And unfortunately, because we can't spawn these guys directly next to me, it's really annoying and scary. Yeah, this is definitely awkward for now, until we can get the necessary things that we need to really ramp our damage output further. I'm gonna grab another one of those. And let's take a look at if there's any poison guys around here. There's a poison guy right there. We'll move toward our guy. And once again, we're gonna take a look if there's any poison dudes in radius. No, there's not. This guy's the only one in range. Can't really do much to me. Okay, so now we can step in range and get our devour flesh. And now we're back in business, baby. Let us commence the spawning. Okay. There we go. Looking good, looking good. We got lots of hounds that I'm having to deal with here, which is pretty darn annoying. This one's going to go for a while, but that's okay. They do be like that sometimes. We're just gonna focus on the zone in front of us. This build is all about area control. We lost our control for a moment. We've gotten it back. We should be in good shape. Just need to continue snacking on our guys. And, yeah, we shouldn't have too much to worry about. Okay. So just munching on our dudes. Keeping ourselves healthy. Our enemies are slowly falling to my army. He's beautiful. Okay. Jump in here and do one of those. Nice juicy heal. We want to watch out for the particularly dangerous poison effect for now. That was the thing that kind of set us on our back foot along with the poor spawn of our unit. I don't really know what the decision-making behind where it spawns is just yet. It seems very chaotic and random, and honestly, I've never seen a unit spawn so far away from where I've clicked. When it's like a deliberate spawning like that, it's very peculiar. I'm very interested to see what the developers think about this one. Because I do think this is a really strong build, despite the, you know, my little twist with the blood slimes causing some issues. Other than that, it is very, very good. And I'm sure that we can make the blood slimes high value as well, and I'm excited to do exactly that. I'm gonna go ahead and back up, and we're going to do a lovely spacebar hold and see how it goes. So let me go up to X Turbo. Just gonna start melting through everything here, hopefully. Note that the Lumbriogenesis that I have with the poison actually has like a poison AoE. And, yeah, it means that the enemy has a very, very bad time. And you can see that we've taken up the whole map, and there we go. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Maybe we overdid it a little bit, but we got the job done. That's the important part. The Slime Cantromancy is the next most important thing on that list. We've got an S here, and another Z. I wouldn't be opposed, but we do have to deal with Fountain of Venom. However, I think we finally have the ability to do so, because we get to now take Resistance Absorption, which I think is the way we're going to go with this. The other options are pretty good too, but I think Resistance Absorption is excellent, pretty much regardless of whether we go here or not. But that is some juicy stuff. There's an A as well, and there's Chimera Eyes, which I don't think we're going to be going the eye route with this one, probably. Seems unlikely to me. Speaking of which, the Pyrrhic Sensor is pretty far away. I want to get Fiery Claw Staff and Molten and Armor Melter, ideally, because that'll help with our damage a lot. Where's our Fiery Claw Staff? Let me take a look. Should be somewhere around here. The Flaming Claw Staff, there it is. We're missing just one C for that. So, that could be a very nice line to take while we're waiting on our Pyrrhic Sensor. And, yeah, we've got quite a few Fs, so I think all these tags will come into use. You don't have to necessarily, like, make all your items right away, but it certainly helps. This is one of those builds, by the way, where I find, generally, I'm able to do some pretty nasty things with it early on. This guy's gonna summon some stuff, which is annoying. Where do we have for safe spots? These guys are a little bit of a menace. Who's hitting over here? I don't even know. Nightmare Touch is gonna be pretty annoying. The Fountain of Venom is gonna suck for me initially, but it's going to be fine pretty quickly after that. I think we're gonna spawn here and summon our Flesh Fiend. And we are free to heal... Well, no, now we're not. We were free to heal for a moment, but the turn ended. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and yoink that. Now we have poison immunity. So we're going to pass the next 2 turns, if we can. I think I'll... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can safely pass a turn. This guy shoved me a little bit, but not that big of a deal. We're gonna go ahead and take another munch off of our guy. And, yeah, we can start to heal pretty consistently now. And, once again, we're on X Turbo. I gotta be careful with that. I shouldn't be on X Turbo. That is for finishing dangerous floors. And, yeah, it's not really a wise decision to have that on otherwise. Just focused on healing here for now. And, yeah, you'll see that my protections are going to just kind of keep skyrocketing. It's not, like, super relevant to have 16 times resistance, whatever. But, you know, it doesn't hurt. It looks cool, at least. And yeah, we're just gonna keep summoning our dudes. That guy's super low health. So keep in mind that my guys can't heal either, which is pretty problematic. But, at the end of the day, it doesn't really cause too much of an issue, because guess what? We've got unlimited fucking healing. we don't care, baby. We don't give a heck. Okay, there we go. I don't know what that was. That was just little Austin Powers, I guess. My bad. I don't know where that was. How that happened. There it is. Like the video if you want me to never do that again. And hopefully this is informative and entertaining. Edutainment video games, my favorite my favorite thing to post. I do really enjoy teaching in games, at least. I like teaching things that I enjoy, and it turns out that I really enjoy video games, so that's a thing. That is a bit of a thing. This guy is pretty much invincible. We're just gonna throw out a couple of these. A good measure. There we go. So yeah, the last thing we've dealt with on this floor is the very annoying venom stuff, but we don't really care too much, do we? Didn't really cause us much issue at all. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. We need some S's, we need an A, we need some C's. There's an A, and another Z. Just a crazy amount of Zs. Z Apocalypse. What would we do with a Z? Get Slime, Quick Cast, Metallic. None of that helps us. We don't want Grey Goo. A Chance to Grow could be okay. You know what would be really fantastic is a Slimy Voodoo Mantle. If you would take damage, deal that much damage to one of your adjacent slimes instead. With the amount of slimes we're summoning, that could be pretty good. I wonder how that would interact with Bloodspike Helm. I would assume that it would prevent me from taking damage and therefore kind of nullify its effects to some degree. But I'd be willing to do a little bit of science. It's one of those things where, you know, the Lumbriogenesis Flesh Fiend Devour Flesh loop is extremely versatile, and there's a lot of different ways to play it. And that means that you can kind of just take the base package and see what happens. It's a lot of fun. I quite like it. I'm hoping that we can start to build up some SP. This build, believe it or not, is not that SP heavy at the end of the day. There's lots of additional goodies you can get. We did spend some money on Annihilate early, and we've got an extra Dragon Claw sitting around, so we do have some dead weight SP for now. But Annihilate could certainly come back into play, and there's always the chance that Dragon Claw pays for itself as well. And if we can dump Dragon Claw later, then it'll be extremely valuable for me. So I would like that a lot, if we could make that happen. That would be nice. That said, things that I am looking forward to investing in include my Life Drain and my Armageddon Blade, so that way enemies can, or my units can also start casting Annihilate freely. I think that would be really strong. And look at that, the thing is about this build is you're more focused on what you're doing than what the enemies are doing. It's really interesting. It's a very different playstyle. I feel like I'm playing solitaire sometimes. It's interesting. Man, we're desperate for C's. Let me take a look how we're doing on B's. We're still missing some B's. So like there are some B's in here that we'd be happy to have. Paladin would be okay. We got 4 Fs. We only need 3 for the most part. I can only think of 3 items that I really care about for that. Or actually, that's not true. We need Armor Melter, which is 2, Pyrrhic, which is 1, and Flaming Claw Staff, which is 2. So I guess that gives me 2, and it gets me, like, another thing. Some pretty dangerous enemies on this floor, but we have a huge safe area for us, so that's kind of freaking awesome. And we'll just spawn some of our guys in, and yeah, we've got shields, so we're pretty safe. I'm going to... Oh, I was hoping to earthen passage over there, but it looks like that's not an option. So we're gonna make haste over to our guy, get a little snack, and yeah, go from there, I guess. Just gonna keep on summoning dudes. Okay. You kill my flesh fiend, I will just summon another. And another, and another. In fact, regardless of whether you kill them or not, I'm going to summon another, so maybe you should get to that, and maybe you should do something about that. Okay. So yeah, we've got all the dark immunity in the universe, but don't really have too much need for it. I guess these guys, are these guys doing arcane? Yeah, they're doing arcane or dark. So I guess there's that. It is kind of nice. We're closing in on getting to the point where the enemies are just going to get completely overwhelmed. I will say one thing that I quite like about the spam of blood slimes is it seems to end up putting my flesh fiends in some really aggressive positions, which is good because their lives are borderline meaningless to me, and they exist purely to soak damage and explode the enemy. So yeah, pretty good. Well, also they're a battery of HP for me as well. There is that. There is that as well. They do a fair amount for me. They're pretty darn handy, as it turns out. There's a lot of lumbriogenesis coming out. It's looking pretty good. And I've probably overdone it on the spawns, but let's go ahead and go into X Turbo. We'll back up and we'll do some space bars until we win. I think we've got this handled, for the most part. Definitely looking pretty favored for this one. Yep. There we go. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. And the nice thing about this is we're just going to pick the guy with the most health, which is going to be the Paladin, probably. Necromancer's going to spawn even more annoying dudes, which I don't really want. But yeah, I'm just going to suck off the Paladin after I spawn my guys, so that's going to be convenient. That's going to be very convenient. And would you look at that? There is the last S that I need so I can get my Slambirth Cantromancy. There's a C and another Z, you fools. Stop giving me those. Yeah, that's 6 tags, and it's a tag that I want, so perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We got a lovely little safe spot right here. Go ahead and spawn that in. Steal a little bit of health from my boy. Thank you, Mr. Paladin. We're playing in Turbo. I'm not supposed to be playing in Turbo. I'm now in the middle of Super Hell. Super Ultra Hell. That's a little scary. We got teleported by the Dream Hag, who is a rather annoying enemy. How many enemies am I in range of? That one, 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 that This is... yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. I don't love it. How do I want to handle this? I got a lot of health. I got a lot of SP. I got a lot of resistance. I'm 100% dark resistant. But it's mostly fire damage coming my way. Fire and arcane. Okay. A little bit of dark damage maybe, but for the most part we're good. I don't know. I think we can get away with the summon. Let's go for it. And we'll hit him with the Annihilate. Okay, we've been Dream Hagged again into the middle of the map. That is perfectly fine with me, because that means I can earthen passage back over here. And, yeah, we're now feeling pretty good again. So yeah, that was a bit of a blunder, but, like, you know, we've got the positive turn economy with quick cast and quick spell and stuff, and we're bulky thanks to all of our stuff, and we got good stuff going for us. We got Dream Hagged again, not too worried about it. You're surrounded by big fleshy boys. Good luck. Good luck stopping me now, idiots. Where am I now? I'm over here. Okay. Here, have a flesh fiend. The damage output that we're getting here is stupendous. It's lovely. Just the simple helmet being like a semi-free nightmare cast is wonderful. It's putting in excellent work for us. Let's go ahead and do another one of those. And yeah, we're looking pretty darn good. That crab is about to start getting bullied pretty hard. But yeah, there's quite a few different ways we can kind of go with our build at this point. But I think I'm going to invest in life drain so that way these blood slimes will finally start pulling their own weight, because they do exist currently, but it's mostly to my detriment. So I'd like them to be a positive part of the build, rather than just like a bit of an ugly wart in the in the functionality of things. That is kind of how I feel currently. Okay. I think we've got this pretty locked down. I'm gonna go ahead and go to X Turbo. And yeah, everything should die pretty darn quick, I believe. The game is struggling a little bit just because of the sheer amount of interactions. But we'll get there. We will get there. It's only a matter of time. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, we got our slime birth cantromancy. Let's go ahead and put this baby together. You know, we need one of those NZs. We're going to put an A in there. This is a good opportunity to consider my flame blade fragment, and I still don't think now is the time. We probably want to put it on a blood enchantment item. If I had to guess, that would probably hit the hardest. Speaking of which, we're going to be... so we've got this S here, and then I guess we're going to have to give up this S here. And I'll give up a T or a D. We have a lot of N's. We do need N's. I think we need like 3 N's, so we'll go ahead and give that up. There we go. So now we've got Slime Birth Cantromancy. When slime allies are summoned, they cast a random cantrip you know that they share a tag with. So now, Life Drain becomes very good with Exsanguinate and a Life Funnel. So we're going to take both of those. Exsanguinate, Life Drain will stack instead of replacing the previous instances. So we're going to be able to like super damage people like that. And then Life Drain with Life Funnel is going to make it so it hits enemies in a radius, which is wonderful. So those are 2 very nice upgrades. And yeah, that's going to go on to my blood slimes, which will be really, really good. We'll be slurping up HP left, right, and center. I think the HP will be going to them and not to me, but that's perfectly okay. I just want the damage more than anything. That's a free Armageddon Blade right there. That's actually a spell that I want, so I'm gonna go there. I don't really care about anything else. Pretty scary level, but I think we'll be fine. This corner looks pretty good. This is redeal all poison damage dealt to enemies as poison damage. I don't know how that's gonna work, but it's really scary. I'm gonna go for it. And I might regret it. We'll see. Okay. I'm hoping that it doesn't count as self-damage. I'm gonna go back down to fast for now. And, yeah. Let's see how things are looking. So there's 3 life drains on that currently. The life drains are going to be a nice addition to the damage output that we're doing. I'm very pleased to have that as a part of the build. Okay. Good, good. And I guess we can potentially consider Amalgamate as well. Might end up going that route, we'll see. They do be spawning a lot of... They're shooting a lot of bullets out of this thing. You can see all the resistances and immunities and all the shenanigans going on here. We do have to be a little bit careful of the necrosis, but I think with the 100% dark resistance, we might actually not have to care at all. I don't remember if 100% dark resistance makes you immune to necrosis or not. I know there's a lot of shenanigans like that in this game, though. Which is pretty nice. Okay. And there's a lot of Thunder Gods just lining up to... lining up for a piece. Let's see if they can get anything done. I have my doubts. That is lovely. There goes the Necro Drake that was coming our way. Which is a bit of a threat, but nothing that our mass of flesh can't handle. And I guess we'll take a look. Life drain times 5. Okay, yeah. This is working out well. That is good damage. So at this point, we might want to look into making life drain do more damage, and we have a couple different ways of doing that. We can increase the radius, which is just kind of an easy way, but there's some other stuff we can do as well. Just jump forward one here, grab one of those. And we got a lot of dudes built up here. Grab that HP. Now I finally see why we've got so many of these guys. They've got a spawn point. Okay. Hopefully we can start to punch into this old wizard thing going on here. All these Thunder Gods doing their thing. My poor paladin's just kind of sitting there at the very start. He hasn't really done a thing. Okay. So I am making my way over for a tactical entrance. And we've got Armageddon Blade now, which is nice. We're definitely going to play into that very soon. Considering they just kind of handed it to me. Seems like a fine addition. Okay. I would say that this is dealt with. Let's go into X Turbo. Just hit spacebar until everything dies. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. First things first. We want to buff up Armageddon Blade, so that way I don't have to cast it all the time. There's a couple different ways I can do it. I think Mass Armaments is really good. I think Armageddon Foretold is incredible for tempo. This isn't really a tempo build, but at the end of the day, you do need to do things in like a... The less amount of turns you need to do a thing, the better. So it is pretty nice. The other option is we just get Mass Armaments Doombrand, and Doombrand is really nice because it gets rid of enemies' resistances. And that's just fucking awesome. I think we're gonna go for that. Normally I go Armageddon Foretold. There's obviously no right way to potentially build this. I think all of these are fantastic options. But I think Mass Armaments is gonna be the way to go. Because we can just hand it out like candy. It'll be very easy to send off to the units. And, yeah, we're gonna do that. And then we'll look into buffing Annihilate. That's a Duplication Shrine. I love a Duplication Shrine. I don't really care what anything else has. It could be amazing. Duplication Shrine just makes your run infinitely stronger with minimal... Like, assuming you have... Like, I don't know. Just any sort of thing getting doubled is just incredible, incredible value. So, I'm into it. That's the Necrosis Dragon. He's a scary guy. We got Flesh Fiends. We're gonna have a Flesh Fiend fight. That works for me. These guys are really tanky. Big boys. The Chronos Titan Immortals. We got these golden skulls as well, which heal and deal holy damage. Yeah, so we're finally at the part where there are no longer safe spaces in the level, which is to be expected. So we just kind of need to start eyeballing where we're taking the damage from. Red Rider is going to berserk units in line of sight, which is pretty dangerous. But assuming I can get enough units going, it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, we want to stay away from him. I think this corner seems okay. This corner is a little bit more populated. So, what are you gonna do? Fireball me? Actually, that is what they're gonna do, yeah. I don't know. What's your melee? 35 physical? Yeah, it kind of hurts. Yeah, I'm gonna set up here. It's fine. Just, oh yeah, get me off turbo. Go to fast. Okay. Make sure we keep our dudes upright. Make sure that we're getting lots of assistance from team. I'm actually gonna turn it down to normal because there's a lot of things happening. Okay. Yeah, having the flesh fiends on this level means that I have to pay extra close attention. You can see the difference between mine and theirs. Yeah, this is fine. this is fine and good. That guy has been berserked, so I can't fiend off his flesh anymore, which is pretty inconvenient. Might need to rotate out of here. A little spooky. Taking some fireball damage. Have I got any friends in this world? I do. You're a friend. Let me eat you. As a treat. Okay. Lots and lots of very scary damage. I'm pretty locked in here. I don't want to give out Armageddon right now, because we've got the dude who could potentially make it so Armageddon gets turned against me. And that would hurt really bad. It would suck pretty hard. So, we want to be careful of that. Necrosis Dragon is also closing in. But, Necrosis is physical. Let me go into help and see if Necrosis is actually resisted by Dark. Let's see... Necrosis. Lose 1 max HP each turn. 100% Dark Resist cures and prevents Necrosis. There we go. So we know that we can move toward this dragon, and we're actually relatively safe in that process. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually start moving in the direction of that. Do have to worry about... there's a lot of, like, freeze and fire going on. So... it's a little messy. I'd like to get some fire resist on the build, which I can think of a couple different ways of doing. Could make our Flesh Fiends fire type and then steal their HP that way. Seems like a pretty viable path forward. Trying to make our way over to here so I can yoink this guy's HP. And this guy's gonna keep healing for, like... How does he work? When a unit takes physical or fire damage, heal 5. Yeah, what a menace. What an absolute menace of a unit. Going to be healing crazy style as long as we're on this floor where everybody's exploding in flames and punching each other. that is the motif of the floor at the very least. We have quite a few berserked enemies here, and I am locked in. There is a certain temptation to teleport, but, I mean, how much damage are these guys doing? 22? It's a little scary, but I think we'll be okay. Like, if we move over here, we're getting frozen by this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and you know, like a million dudes are hitting me and it looks really bad, so I don't like that play. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. I think we're just going to pass turn or annihilate. And we'll hopefully get some friends to move. Okay. We want to move into a safer spot. I don't want to get punched by you, because you punch real hard. And yeah, unfortunately, I can only devour friends, so... They're berserked, they're not friends. How very inconvenient. Oh hey, where'd the Red Knight go? There he is. Well, that should be interesting for him. It is definitely quite the spot. I'd like to get around the corner away from him, because he's kind of like the last thing causing me significant issue. And it should be relatively easy to handle. But once again, like, this build, it's all about the sustain. And we are inevitably going to out-sustain them. As soon as you get a foothold, you're good to go. But yeah, speaking of footholds, there's a lot of good ways of getting a foothold in the level. My primary thing that I'm using is quite greedy and like long-term scaling valuable in the pulse accelerator. That's kind of how we're getting our foothold. But you could also very easily take like Word of Ice to like freeze the floor, or time striders, and all that sort of thing would be super duper valuable. There goes the big Necro Drake. We don't have to worry about them anymore, which is very nice. And yeah, the worst is already over. That Red Baron Knight in the corner. He's a tanky boy. Might have to wait a while before he dies. But inevitably he will perish. As they all do. We got this big punchy boy over here that we gotta deal with. But yeah, basically we just need to stop all the like AoE fire damage from happening, and then we'll be good. There's still like a couple big AoE fire guys kicking around. I think we're gonna secure this corner up here, and then we'll be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn us up to turbo, because I'm feeling pretty safe. And we'll just summon some more guys. There we go. Beautiful. And there's the Red Knight up there. He's trying to make a hold. Let's see if he can do it. He's kind of doing it. He's kind of alive. How long can he live? Yeah, I'm gonna spacebar for a while and see what happens. I might have to poison him. I think he's going to be able to tank forever, which is mighty inconvenient. Okay, let's take a look at what kind of upgrades we can get here. Now's a good time. Now is a good time. Maybe each turn enemies adjacent to your living allies are poisoned. That would do it. Are you poison immune? Sure aren't. That would kill him. So that would be a one item way of dealing with that. We could also get vampiric vestments, which would give me a ton of defense. That would be really, really nice. I would like that a lot. When you manually cast a nature spell, your nature and living and allies take an extra turn. We're not doing that nature, so that's not terribly helpful for us. What else could we get going? Dun, dun, dun. Archangel's Halo is a new one. It's pretty cool, but not helpful for this build. Not helpful for this one. I am really liking the simplicity of the Jade Shard. It seems like an easy answer. I like it quite a bit. We'll use up an HE. I don't think that'll come into play. Okay. And now you should be doomed because you're poisoned and you can't heal anymore. Yeah. Would you look at that? Very nice. Okay, let's take a look at some other good items. We have the ability to duplicate, which is always very, very strong. You can do lots of strong things with that. Ridiculously powerful things. The Time Lord staff is incredible to dupe because upping the duration of everything is really strong. Really, really, really strong. When one of your arcane or undead allies takes damage from an enemy, deal 5 damage. We're not arcane or undead, sadly. Otherwise, I would certainly go for something like that. We got. Let's see how the fiery claw staff, flaming claw staff situation is. Yeah, we're still a ways away. We could, and by ways away, I mean we just need the one thing. We could do double armor melter. Double armor melter would be super duper nasty. They would get super duper melted in that scenario. I think we're gonna make it. Should have ample Fs for that. We do. And yeah, that's not gonna do anything for now, but as soon as we get the C, we're gonna be in great shape. So let me put Fire Claw Staff on the list. Flaming Claw Staff. I always call it Fiery Claw Staff. I don't know why. Apologize. Apologize for getting names wrong. Not very gamer of me, is it? Or maybe it's extremely gamer of me, depending on who you ask. I would love to work, where is it? The Vampiric Vestments into my build. I think this would own extremely hard, and it's Blood Dark, so it's going to double scale this when I put Flame Blade Fragment in, which is primo. We can put both our Bs in, or both our Ds in. We can put this guy in, and I guess that's the only other B that we've got. And I don't want to use up an F. I think we're just going to use up a UT. It's a slightly inefficient thing, but like... Oh wait, hang on. What if... I could use up the ADE instead. There's gotta be like an A thing that we need to do though, right? In the slimes. Slimes tend to really need arcane. Yeah, we'll use up a UT. We should look at our slime options. So, we want oozing scale armor. That's gonna be really good. We can get slime timer. We can get minion health and minion range. Minion range would be really good, because that is kind of like one of the big limiting factors for them, is that range. I don't know, I guess it's not that big of a deal. We won't consider it too heavily. We should consider Umbral, though. Umbral would be excellent. And what are we going to duplicate? That is the question at this point. I don't think that Slime Birth Cantromancy is going to do enough to bring me incredible value. And a lot of these items are really good as just like a one-of. So I think the only thing that makes sense is the Armor Melter, which will inevitably become unbelievably powerful as soon as we get a couple C's in the build, which we've been waiting for forever. There's Mithril. Mithril is awesome, but I am desperate, and we're on Realm 17, so Mithril will have to wait. Or, more likely, we will never ever see Mithril again. Where are we getting hit from? White Rider. White Rider has cooldown, or a 9-range poison, and also stun, and a bunch of very scary things. Pretty dangerous guy. I think we're gonna hang out up here. And I will note that I didn't use Armageddon Blade last time. That was actually intentional, because we had an enemy that was berserking. And I didn't want to risk having a scenario where I got berserked, or my units got berserked and annihilate me. But now, in the current situation, we should be a little bit better off to go for such things. So that is probably going to be the line. And I am highly impressed with how well these sharks are doing at punching through my units. This is a little concerning. Wow. That is very scary. We might die here. Maybe these sharks are, like, way, way scarier and stronger than I anticipated. It's currently the vibe that I've got. Okay. Okay, let's Armageddon Blade up some units. That is what we need. Thankfully, we're getting a lot of healing thanks to our vampiric vestment, and we're a little bit less desperate than we were before with HP. There's that. But we have been poisoned by the White Rider, who has an impeccable aim, I must say. Very impressive. Very impressive to be able to hit me around the corner like that. We need to go take a chomp out of one of my green guys. Which puts me pretty heavily in line of fire, but I'm hoping that that will pay off long term. There we go. We've got our poison immunity. We're healing up. We're back. A little bit of scariness going on there for a moment. These sharks are actually exceptional at ripping through my units, but thankfully we've got it under control finally. Seemingly. For the time being. Let's see that my health is on the rise without me even having to devour my own units anymore. Thanks to vampiric vestments, which is very nice. And yeah, I think the worst is behind us on this level. But that was a little bit tighter than expected. I guess now would be a great time for a mass armament, huh? Let's go for one of those. Should definitely be something that I'm using more often. And yeah, looks like the damage is coming through pretty nice. Next step is definitely to get Mega Annihilate and just let them do a billion damage. That would be very nice. Okay, so Flaming Claw Staff is going to finally allow me to be doing consistent fire damage to enemies. That's exactly what we're looking for. And yeah, we're gonna swap this out for an FL, which is just gonna be a little bit more efficient. We still need Cs. I would love some more Cs. But, you know, we're running out of floors at this point. We don't have too many opportunities left to find what we need. Blood Rage Serum, a little cute, but probably not what I need. Mega Annihilate's quite expensive. Comprehensive Annihilate could be pretty good. It's nice for damage scaling. And, yeah, just hitting all of those is quite nice. We have to keep in mind that we don't have Doombrand yet. We could get Doombrand. Reduces all... Yeah, when a unit uses their Annihilate on an enemy, inflict Doom debuff. That seems like a good way to scale the damage potentially. Go ahead and give that a try. And it looks like we've got a very comfy floor. Look at this. Really nice. Very chill compared to a lot of the stuff that we've been dealing with. Also, we should take a look... More Cs. It's always more Cs. More Cs with these guys, what the hell? But so be it, I guess. It'd be like that. So yeah, bunch of life drain on these guys, which is nice. We'll do a double summon right off the bat. And I'll take a little chomp out of my boy here. One of those. But yeah, it looks like we're not going to have enough SP to get my Slime Rust going. What I wanted to do was do Slime Rust and Slimify with Slime Shot, and then have just like some general value out of this. But looks like it's never going to come to fruition. Which is fine. Sometimes your build ends up on like a piece of dead end, and that's just a part of the game. You're not always going to get every single thing exactly the way you want it. And I think there's some level of beauty in that. You can see they're getting massively reduced in stats, which is very nice. Love to see it. And we're gonna try to get next to someone who we can steal some stats from. Thank you for that HP. It will go to great use, I assure you. Let's make sure that our guys continue to be Armageddon bladed up. Because they're very nice in that regard. Yeah, I guess, like, yeah, we're out of blood stuff. It's one of those things where I'm hoping you seeing this build will show you just, like, how many different ways you can take the base of Mortal Hunter Sigil plus Flesh Fiend plus Devour Flesh and Controlled Appetite equals just incredible synergy value with all sorts of really fantastic lines that you can take with it. It's wonderful. I'm just gonna poke away at this guy myself, so that way he doesn't take forever to die. And we're at the final boss. Look at that. There's another C. It's Pope the Frog. Pope the Frog would be a hard counter to me, because he can convert my units into worms. 100 holy damage. Deal damage to all enemies. If they die, raise a worm shambler from their body. That would be a lot of worm shamblers. It'd be pretty dangerous. We also have the Gardener. Let's take a look at the Gardener. The Gardener will summon Fey Queen. 12 Fey Queen when it falls below 50% HP, and has a 50% chance to spawn a brain tree each go. And deals 99 damage, heals for the damage dealt. Target's max HP is set equal to the target's current HP. Terrifying, if I were close to it, but that is a melee attack. And Prison of Thorns as well. I think that we can handle this one pretty cleanly, to be honest. And we could go Comprehensive Annihilate, or we can wait. The Fey Queens are pretty dangerous, but I'm not too terribly concerned. And yeah, let's give it a go. One thing you'll notice is that a lot of the time when I'm really focused on winning and not focused on like literally anything else, like trying to maximize my power, for example, I will go out of my way to just select the easiest last boss instead of anything else, because I do think that it's more reliable. And interesting scenario here, we've actually run out of Flesh Fiends for the first time since we got our Mortal Flesh there for a moment, which is pretty cool. Just no living units died, I guess, for a turn. And that is okay with me, because we're back on track. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure Armageddon... Oh, look at that. Armageddon's kind of getting cut off there a little bit. How inconvenient. That's okay. Got good stuff going for us here. We will eventually take over this level, one way or another. Back up to full HP, thanks for that. I love the penultimate boss music. I think it's really good. Mega Annihilate is 9. I really want to go for that. I think it will be excellent for the build. We should take a look at how the resistances are going on this guy. Yeah, minus 530 physical resistance is pretty darn rough. Couldn't be me. Wouldn't want it to be me. That would be terrifying. There's no way to live. We've got a lot of chain bolts coming through by these Odin Aesir Immortals, which are causing all sorts of nuisances for me, but thankfully I'm getting a lot of healing from it anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, Pain Mirror is another one that I would highly recommend in a build like this. The only reason I haven't taken it this time is because I've just been more dedicated to trying to make my minions deal the damage rather than making the health spending deal the damage. Because there's many different ways of going about it. Okay. Maintaining good health. This guy is down to half. Pyrrhic Sensor certainly would have helped with the damage output. That would have been like a 400 HP bomb on this guy every time we use it. But that's okay. We just gotta make sure we stay away from this guy, because he is a big threat at the end of the day. There we go, they're down to half. Many units dying and reviving. Oh, you know what I just remembered? Another fantastic item, Slaughter. Orb of Infinite Slaughter is one of the absolute best items in this entire build, and I totally forgot about it. Units explode on death, dealing dark damage to adjacent units. Damage dealt is equal to your blood mastery. You are healed for any damage dealt. This shit will pop off and practically break your game. Not sure if we'll get an opportunity to get it, but I'll roll for it for Mordred, because that would be fun to show off. It's funny that I just now remembered that. The last time I had a successful run of this build, I had that and I got trapped in a turn for 5 minutes with everything exploding. It was pretty freaking awesome. I enjoyed that immensely. We're gonna go ahead and do some more Armageddon Blades. Got a lot of fairies on the map, but I'm not too concerned. And yeah, we're doing pretty well on health. The Vampiric Vestments are nice. There's a lot of different like ways to heal from enemies dying or from your units dying, and yeah, it's pretty convenient. Like you don't just have to rely on Devour once you get into late game. Heck, you could probably get some of these items early and not have to worry about Devour too much at all, but I think Devour is just a very consistent method to get the damage out, or get the healing and all that sort of thing going. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little Armageddon shenanigan, and yeah, we're slowly taking over this level. It's gonna take a little bit, just due to the Chain Lightning spam. The Chain Lightning is very excellent against my setup. We do have to watch our HP a little bit here now that we've been fake cursed. So we'll focus on HP first and everything else second. Fake curse is an exceptionally dangerous thing, but one of the things that I've been I want to do on this run, because I do firmly believe in the sustain of it, is not take Purity, because Purity is an unbelievably broken and powerful tool. However, its biggest weakness is that you run out of it. And I think that this is the kind of build where, you know, you've got unlimited resources, and that is its biggest strength. And it's really satisfying and fun to kind of play around with said unlimited resources. I say that, but, you know, we do have some resource limitations, like the amount of Armageddon Blades we get to put out. But, you know, just make them count. You just make them count, that's all. That's a lot of Chain Lightning. Okay. Pretty good. Do another one of those, and we'll chomp on our boy a little bit. I'm hoping that we don't lose out on any resources from these corpses turning into walls. I'm not a super big fan of those. Yeah, I think we just lost a thing from that. To figure out how we want to handle that in a moment. For now, we won't worry too much about it. We have triple Fake Curse on us right now, so I'm not going to be spamming spacebar like I normally would in the endgame. This is, well, not in the endgame, like I have been throughout the run, rather. Because, yeah, that's how I die at this point. We just have to deal with this Arbiter, who is kind of isolated. I guess we'll grab that. Is Fake Curse unlimited? Yeah, it's a stack type intensity, so we're permanently diseased. Very inconvenient. Okay. Oh, it looks like my slime's gonna go. Let's go, slime! Good job, little buddy. Where's the enemy? Hang on, what's the button to show off the... Where's the... Oh! It's another guy in a wall. Lovely. Okay. How do I want to deal with this? We can't Earthen Passage. I mean, maybe we can get an Earthen Passage upgrade that will fix things. If we could get Blood Horizon, that would let us go through walls. Let's go for... Let's look at LOS. See if we've got anything for that. Neanderthal Tooth would allow blood spells to go through. Or... No, metal spells. Okay, so not relevant or helpful. Okay. What if I cast Life Drain on some guys that are next to it? There we go. Sweet. There we go. Just requires a little bit of creative problem solving. Oh, nice! Look at that. The thing went away, so that way I can actually pick up the loot. Do we want to be greedy and go for a K? Fuck it. Fuck it. No Ks. That's alright. We tried. Let's see what we can get here. We can get Blood Staff, which is going to give me extra range, extra minion health, extra blood damage, extra charges, extra everything. Very good item. Go for that. And, yeah, we'll try not to step on any toes of future items here. And we'll see what else we can afford. Blade Staff would give a lot of extra damage to Annihilate. And Annihilate and Life Drain. If I go for Comprehensive, that's just going to hit a lot more. But I think I want to go for Mega. I think Mega is going to be awesome. The only danger of Mega is that it would kill me. That's kind of a fear of mine. But other than that, it's very good. What other kind of goodies could we acquire that would move the needle in our favor further? Let's see. I'm not really seeing anything that jumps out at me. Ooze Wand giving me range is decent. I guess we could go for that. There we go. That'll give me some extra range on my blood slime so they can steal life even better. These guys have some nasty ones. These Archfiends, quite dangerous. They have Necrosis, and they also have Blood Curse. And Blood Curse reduces your defense by a lot for a long time. It's pretty scary. But I think we'll be okay. We've got a pretty snazzy spawn right here, with shield and memory right next to each other. So that's what we're gonna go for. And oh yeah, look at that. We've got Umbral Totem. If we want to pick that up, I do think I will grab. That would be quite nice. And yeah, it's just Mordred and me. Me and my buddy Mordred. Morty. Oh my god, no. That's... No, I don't think so. Good lord. Okay. Let's... Go ahead and grab one of those suckers. summoning in our boys. I have been stunned, and I don't know where I am, and I'm getting comboed, and I can't move, and I'm taking a lot of damage, and I'm terrified. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Hey, look, there's a Shrine of Reformation down there. You want to be greedy? Go be greedy. We'll grab Underworld Travel. And then we'll jump down here. And then we can dump Slimify, which we haven't been able to use this whole time. And then we'll dump Dragon Claw, which is useless to us. And now we get to do Mega Annihilate. And we can go for Cascade, which I think is the combo that I want to go for. And that looks pretty good to me. I think that's how we want to go about things. Okay, we are 3x Necrosis, by the way. But now that we've got Dark immunity, the Necrosis should fall off of us. Yeah, which it just did. But yeah, not pleasant to be Necrosis, obviously. That's something you want to deal with in life. Where am I now? I'm here. I'm here in the middle of all these guys. Look at that. How about a little Earthen Passage as a treat? What are you gonna do to me? Nothing? Take the health. It's like the Necrosis never happened. Okay. Do one of those. Do a little... I want to get like a nice juicy Armageddon off. Okay. Should be able to... Oh, we're not at an underworld location. Let me go over here. I want to hold this area here. This should be a pretty good spot for me. But yeah, we're gonna play the Mordred fight exactly how we play every fight we've done so far. We're gonna take space. We're going to eventually wrestle control of the level away from the enemy, and then we're going to crush them. Slowly but surely. I've been moved again. Let us Underworld Passage. And we'll go over here. I think now's a good time for an Armageddon Blade. Hitting with a lot of dudes. It's very nice. We managed to OTK that one phase. Remember, this isn't about... This one isn't a race. This one is purely all about sustain and control. That is what we're going for. Okay. I would say that we are very much in control of the situation currently. Okay. Dealing with Mordred's final form. And, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and pop a bunch of those down. See ya, Morty. See ya, Morty. Didn't stand a damn chance. There we go, folks. That is the Flesh Fiend Devour Flesh combo. Very consistent, very strong. Lots of different lines to make it super consistent. I hope that you're able to take this base and make your own very cool Flesh Fiend run in the near future. I do think the absolute hardest part of this run is like at the very start, getting enough HP, so make sure you focus on getting that HP, and yeah, grab a couple spells you think that will synergize along with Flesh Fiend, and you know, you're good to go. It's a very good time. And yeah, hopefully this video helped you out. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. If you did, make sure you like the video and leave a comment, because that is how this wonderful game will continue to grow, and how I know that I should keep making content for this game, because I fucking adore it, and I've been playing a shitload of it, but I need to be able to justify that because my job is playing video games to some degree, which means I need to play video games that people want to watch. Alrighty, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this lovely run of Rift Wizard 3. It was a journey, definitely a long run, but what do you expect? It's Flesh Fiend. Flesh Fiend be like that. We got some big boys. Alrighty. Thank y'all for watching. Catch you next time.